Finding hot water for Copenhagen is indeed Nyttig Virksomhed, I would say. 4 Mars trucks or something, placed in the middle of Copenhagen, shooting in the middle of the night for a month and a half. Essentially, underneath Denmark, there is sand layers which is filled with water. And as you go down the Earth, you get closer and closer to the Earth's core, which is 6,000 degrees hot. And that's the hot water we are looking for. We sink this plate down and vibrate with a certain frequency. Can you see all those? I mean, you cannot get it on the camera, I'm afraid, but can you see the small orange things that are right next to the wall? And this little device is measuring the magnitude of the wave coming back and the time for which it came back. So it's a little bit like a telephone, but it just listens to the Earth instead. With the measurements we are doing here, we can find out what the subsurface looks like. It is a bit like a journey to the center of the Earth.
The Earth is a dynamic place. We've only been, as humans, on the Earth for, a flick of a moment. And yet we've had so big impact. The way we live, the way we want to live. We need to pay a little bit of attention on how we use the resources that we have. Not everything is infinite.
What I do here gives me the hope and the belief we can move to a world where we don't require to burn off the fossil fuels to a degree that we're doing now. In many ways, the transition from oil to geothermal, to me, is quite obvious.
You can use the same methodology, the same knowledge, and the same shared wisdom and learnings from an oil and gas industry and translate it into green energy.
Finding out what the subsurface looks like and finding out how to drill to there is pretty much the same things we would do in oil and gas. And with that knowledge, we can drill wells in the right places and harvest the energy and heat of the Earth into affordable district heating. We have the source, the hot water, lying just underneath our feet. Because it's completely circular, you produce the hot water and you recirculate it cold back into the reservoir from where it's being heated by the Earth, and you can produce it up again. It's an infinity loop.
And yes, it does cost a lot of money. But that doesn't mean we should give up and not try. It's an investment. An investment in our future. An investment in our climate.
But if we can replace something dirty with something which is completely CO2 neutral, I would argue that that is the definition of Nyttig Virksomhed.
Nyttig Virksomhed. I think actually, district heating business is really about that, delivering heat to a lot of people in a city and using the resources that basically belongs to all of us.
So to me, Nyttig Virksomhed doesn't mean to go out in the world and just be a philanthropist. It means doing the right thing that is good for the society, good for the world, but also good for the company. All the inhabitants of Copenhagen has really taken this extremely positively.
And I would see all the guys like putting these sensors here, and I was like, oh, what are you putting there? Like, oh, we're making this investigation about the water, and I was like, whoa, this is exciting.
And every time people are wondering what these 4 big monster trucks that are making noise at 3 o'clock at night are doing right in front of their house, when we explain why we are there, what we are doing, it's basically all positive.
Hold up den gang den stranden. Här är ändå
It's live commentary directly on Facebook.
Yeah.
A P Moller is a very values-driven company, and how that sort of basically runs through pretty much everything we do.
And Nyttig Virksomhed for me is using that power and that capital to increase standard of life to as many people as possible.